Flood Escape 2 has a huge variety of maps, from maps like Lost Woods all the way to Rustic Jungle. But there's one question I'm sure everyone is curious of. What map is the most hated? Well, I interviewed 5 FE2 YouTubers and DM'd them asking for their least favorite matchup in each difficulty. Then I compiled them and found out what map is the most hated. So let's begin. So starting off, we'll do easy. I asked everyone for their least favorite easy map and why, and here is their responses.
I think my least favorite has to be Mar Dreams because there's no water, first of all, and also the flood rises pretty fast, so it's not really good for newcomers, and there's a lot of walking paths, which is pretty weird, but yeah, that's why it's my least favorite easy.
Mar Dreams has to be my least favorite easy map, because of the lack of entertainment I get from the map.
Least favorite? Probably Lost Woods. It's just really simple and would just probably be declined for today's flood escape standards. But it's OG, so it has a bit of worth.
My least favorite map has to be Mar Dreams. The map just plain sucks. It's got bad gameplay, an insanely fast flood, and quite literally one of the most awkward pieces of parkour to exist.
So it's not very hard to pick the worst easy, because in my opinion, it's Mar Dreams. And Mar Dreams is so bad because it states itself as an easy when I think it's around a normal difficulty, because there's some acid swimming, acid rises relatively fast. The false difficulty isn't the only thing that makes this map where it is. There is, like, it's such bad gameplay. At the end, just a bunch of bridges, there's just a bunch of acid swimming, and like there's a bunch of walking. The walking is annoying, the jumps aren't fun. So Mar Dreams, doo-doo. I hate it.
So after compiling all the maps, here are the results. This means that Mar Dreams is the most hated easy map. So now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the normal section.
Okay, I think my least favorite normal map has to be Forgotten Tombs because the site rating's bad, and overall it's just kind of hard for newcomers, and the OST fits, but it kind of sucks.
Fall Equinox, in my opinion, is my least favorite normal map because it's too long, in my opinion, and the gameplay gets me confused sometimes.
Least favorite is Forgotten Tombs. Literally was supposed to be a Roblox event map and now it's just permanent.
My least favorite map is most definitely Forgotten Tombs. It was firstly supposed to be a Roblox event map, but then became permanent, and has some of the most annoying, clustered, sad gameplay I've ever seen in my life. The OST does not fit it. Well, it fits it well, but it's empty, it's sad, and it's just bad.
The worst normal is a little bit of a controversial pick because this map is an absolute classic, and everyone sees like, oh, it's so nostalgic, but for me, this is the worst normal. It's Cave System. Cave System is very decent in the beginning, but when you get to that swimming section and that button that's all the way back over there, it really drags the map down. The rest of the map is pretty boring and lame. There's this really stupid section where just like some rocks randomly fall, which can definitely be a choke point for some newer players. And that's basically all I have to say about Cave System. It's horrible.
Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, here are the stats. Now we know that the most hated normal map is Forgotten Tombs, which is not surprising. Before we continue the video, I want to just let you know, please subscribe, please like, please join the Discord, that's all, and let's continue. So that's normal out of the way. Now we can get into the other half of the difficulties, starting with hard maps.
Hard? It definitely has to be Crystal Caverns. The gameplay sucks, the design is terrible, and the OST just doesn't make up for it whatsoever.
My least favorite hard map is Fallen. Classic. It's unnecessarily long zipline at the start and also the gameplay is very dull.
Least favorite is Fallen. Literally self-explanatory.
My least favorite map is Fallen. The zipline at the beginning makes me want to gouge my eyes out, and I hate it so much!
The worst hard map is a map that I've hated for years. It's a very easy pick. It's Crystal Caverns. This map is literally like 75% swimming, and it is so boring. You're doing absolutely nothing interesting during this map. I know it's an older map, and older maps are pretty boring, but even then...
Why was this added to the... Here are the results. You could have guessed this in your sleep. What the heck? So now we move on to the insane section. Pretty cool section, not even gonna lie.
Okay, if Crystal Caverns is my least favorite hard map, then Abandoned Facility has to be my least favorite insane map, because it just gets repetitive and not fun to play, and plus if you're playing in a public server and you're not getting the buttons, there's a lot of waiting to do, that's for sure.
My least favorite insane map has to be Abandoned Facility. The gameplay is bland since it's mostly underwater.
Least favorite is Fallen. Again, self-explanatory. Unnecessary revamp.
My least favorite's gotta be Fallen. What a shocker. It sucks. Literally, the revamp did not do it any justice.
The worst insane is easily Abandoned Facility, and it's the worst insane in the game for very similar reasons as Crystal Caverns. It's literally just some boring gameplay and a bunch of swimming. Like seriously, does anyone actually find this quote-unquote gameplay fun? It also looks very ugly. And this was the first ever insane added to the game. What a bad introduction to an amazing difficulty.
Alright, so stats. Shockingly, this means a tie between Fallen and Abandoned Facility. Now it's time for the difficulty you've all been waiting for, Crazy. In this difficulty, there are so many good maps, but we're trying to figure out which one's the most hated, so let's just start.
For Crazy, there's probably like no Crazy that actually sucks, but Decaying Silo is probably like the least fun Crazy to play in my opinion. It's really hard, but it just kind of gets repetitive over time, and plus the woe people are just not helping my case.
My least favorite Crazy map is Ignis Peaks. I don't find enjoyment from the gameplay. The map's detail is alright. The host, in my opinion, could be improved.
Sorry, Poisonous Chasm, you're my least favorite Crazy. Not to be the one person, but again, am not a full-on fucking remove PC from the game is just getting extremely repetitive. EMISNT going into this spot because it was literally the first Crazy. Anyways, PC, as I said, is just getting too repetitive. I've beaten it probably over 1,000 times at this point. It's also so easy to clutch, oh yeah.
My least favorite Crazy is probably Decaying Silo. I hate this map. It's kind of like a husk of like AVM. It's a very off-putting map with it having like very boring gameplay. It seems like it was made for just like the sole purpose of being hard, and to put the cherry on top, woe doesn't make it any better.
Okay, I like basically every Crazy map, but there is one that has become so boring that it feels like a chore to complete, and that is Decaying Silo. Now don't get me wrong, the OST is great, the design is good, and it is overall a solid map on the surface. But after doing it so much, it becomes very repetitive, and there's a pretty good reason why I don't like it when a bunch of DS fangirls start voting for this map like crazy.
So this means the worst Crazy map is Decaying Silo. So let's get into the final part. So out of these maps, which one is the worst? Well, I'm gonna first state the top 3. In third, we have Forgotten Tombs. In second, we have Marred Dreams. And before we get to the first, we should see which ones are the worst in the opinions of these YouTubers.
Definitely Crystal Caverns. So, can I have a raise?
No!
Well, I tried.
Fallen Classic.
My least favorite map in all of Flood Escape 2 is Fallen. Hard difficulty. It sucks ass. Literally rushed map and gutting gum. Any map that was grayscaled and had actual effort couldn't have been put in. Not this piece of fucking garbage.
Most definitely Fallen Classic. So this means the worst map in Flood Escape 2 is Fallen Classic. Yeah, this map sucks, honestly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.